Standards is what defines the future, not your goals, because we don't hit all of our goals. If you're hitting all of your goals, you are playing way too small, way too small. Now, some people will set goals so crazy out there that they never hit them. That's not good either, right? But it is important to have goals, but more importantly to me is their standards, because a standard is what is going to drive you late at night. It's what's going to get you up in the morning. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Freedom Factory podcast. Back again with some more information for you guys to help grow your network marketing business. I am Brandon Cunningham, and I have had the privilege of being front row, front seat to this profession of network marketing for getting close to 16 years. We're just a few weeks away from that anniversary with one company. I know that's highly unusual. Some people would say, "Oh, you're lucky." I would say you need to see what's happened over the last 16 years, because those things just don't happen. You don't just keep companies together. Every company has its ups and downs, and to say that we've been at one means we've been a part of keeping one together and helping it thrive. That's what it means. And I believe that's why I have a lot to offer to the entire world of network marketing, because I've learned a lot of things, as I just said, front row, front seat. And the industry has changed quite a bit, just like everything changes. And so I wanted to share with you guys today just a simple, I don't know if you want to call it, I'll call it a standard, not a goal. Maybe I've done trainings before. Sometimes I get into these podcasts, and some of the information I start thinking, did I just say that? A lot of it crosses over, but there's a place for goals. Like it's good to have goals, but it's a necessity to have standards. Standards is what defines the future, not your goals, because we don't hit all of our goals. If you're hitting all of your goals, you are playing way too small, way too small. Now, some people will set goals so crazy out there that they never hit them. That's not good either, right? But it is important to have goals, but more importantly to me is their standards, because a standard is what is going to drive you late at night. It's what's going to get you up in the morning. And the basic comparison I've made with standards is stuff that relates to you and I, like brushing your teeth. Most of us have a standard that's at least twice a day, morning and night, some 3 or 4 or 5 times through the day. That's a standard, right? It's a standard. Showering, yeah, there's a standard, like bathing, right? That's at least once a day, I hope. Eating, like, and the type food, not necessarily eating, but because most everyone eats, but what type food do you eat? Like when we were younger, my wife and I joke all the time, because we didn't have much money when we were 20 years old. Like we would eat at, fast food places. We'd buy stuff for 99 cents, right? Well, we haven't eaten there in decades upon decades because we have higher standards. My first car, I was in love with it at the time. I would not drive that car now. I have higher standards. The home you live in, you guys, we have standards. Most people, though, do not have that when it comes to their network marketing business. And I'm going to share with you two baseline standards that will provide you everything you need in this profession. If you do these things and then teach your team the same, that is like the catalyst to this. You do it and then teach your team the same. We can't say that we guarantee things, but this will guarantee. Like this is a guarantee, okay? It's really simple, guys. Once you get into network marketing, you go through these phases. And in the beginning, it's kind of like the accumulation phase. You get the team together, and then there's team management. Um, there's just a lot of work that goes into building the team, then and developing the team and growing the team. And sometimes people start to spend way more time developing and managing the team than they do bringing new people into the team. And at some point, if you're spending too much time with the team and not enough time bringing new people in, what happens is your team starts to get stale. It starts to stop growing. And it's because at some point, if your team gets big enough, you lose influence over your team. Not completely, but as your team, somewhere around, I've always said around 200,000 points. You guys can write that down and remember it and circle it. But somewhere around 200,000 points, dollars, however your company calculates dollars, points, is where you will start to lose some influence in your team. And then once you get over $1 million a month, it's for sure. That's a good thing, guys. It means you're developing leadership. If you're losing a little influence in your team, it's because others have influence over the groups that are inside of your groups, and that's what you want, as long as that influence has these two standards. Standard number one, at all times through your network marketing career, at all times, unless you've just reached a point where you're done financially, you've made everything you want to make out of the industry. The industry's given you everything you ever wanted, and you're just kind of hanging around because you want to help some people. That's a different story. But if you're still wanting to grow your team, okay, then you have to keep new, fresh people in your organization. And the number I have found is five. Five people that are active, that are your personals, not five people that you found down in depth, not some leader that showed up 5, 10 levels down. I'm talking about frontline. Now that's the key. Frontline leadership, people that you personally partnered with. Five of them, active at all times. And what I mean by active, commissionable. I'm not necessarily saying that all five are doing presentations, all five are, doing everything that you're doing, training, recruiting, building tools, solving problems. I'm not talking about five people doing that. I'm just talking about five people that are commissionable, which usually means there's a certain amount of sales in their organization that makes them fully commissionable. Five of them at all times. So just ask yourself. I've recently done this with some teams, and there are people that are earning $5, $6, $7,000 a month because they did that at one time, but now they've shifted all their focus to team management, and their teams are not growing the way they would want to grow. And I asked them, like, how many people do you have frontline that are active right now? And sometimes the answer is one or two. And I could stop right there. We don't have to talk anymore. I know why their organization is not thriving. It's because the leadership stopped doing the standards necessary to grow an organization. Now, if you do more than five, that's great. But if you'll do five, that will keep you in the game. Now, the second piece of this that's super important without both of these things together. So you got five people that are doing the commissionable volumes required to get a paycheck. So for some companies, that's 150, 200, 300, 400, 500 in sales a month. Somewhere in that range, it makes you commissionable to earn a paycheck and gives you the right to build a team and get the benefits of leverage. Okay. The second piece of this is you also have those five people going to the destination events every year and hopefully twice a year or more. So you got five personals, frontline, that are commissionable, and they're going, all five of them are going to the events. Now, why is that important? Because it's at those events where the light bulb will eventually go off. And once the light bulb goes off, once they have that aha moment, they're going to go home and they are going to change the way they spend their time. I can't say it any more simple than that. And they're going to spend their time dedicating more into their business with you. They're going to make more phone calls. They're going to be on more training calls. They're going to bring in more business partners and more customers. That is leverage. Just think of the numbers. If you bring 5 people to an event and the event inspires them, I'll do the math right here with you, okay? The event inspires them and they come home and they spend just 1 hour more per week in the business. Okay. So that's 5 hours, right? That's 5 hours that they're going to spend in the business that you, because you are their sponsor, you brought them into the business, right? That you get the benefit of. If they make sales, that sales runs through your sales organization, your sales pipeline, and you get the benefit of that. Okay, 5. So then what's 5 times 52? That's 260 hours a year that you get the benefit of because they came, and that's just if they spend an hour a week, just an hour a week more. Okay, what if it's an hour a day? It's 5 people go to the event, and now 365, that's 1,825 hours. 1,825 hours, guys, that you get the benefit of. I mean, how many hours do you work in a day in your network marketing business? Now, be for real. We got 24 hours in a day. I know you're not spending 12 hours a day. Some of you are spending less than 4 hours a day. You may think, oh no, I'm doing 4 hours. No, no. You're distracted all through that time. A lot of people are spending less than 4 hours a day and making significant money. But let's call it 5. Let's get the benefit. Let's give everybody the benefit. They're giving 5 hours a day to their network marketing business. So I just told you that with 5 people, spending an extra hour a day, that's 1,825 hours. Okay. Now let's divide that by, they're given 5 hours a day. All right. So what I'm saying is, how long would it take me or you to work 1,825 hours at 5 hours a day? So we simply divide that number by 5. Well, we're back at 365. It's a year, guys. If you bring 5 people to the event and they're spending that extra time, it's like you doing a whole year's work. Do you guys see the leverage here? And then the beauty, and where this becomes where we can make guarantees in this thing, is if those 5 people do the exact same thing. They go out and they find their team. They're building a team that have a standard that they are all going to be commissionable. Like, let's just call it $300 or 300 points. They're all got 300 points. They're all commissionable. And then all of them go to the event. You got your 5, they have their 5, right? It's 25 people. You guys, you see the numbers here, plus your 5. So real quickly, you can see how this works. This is not difficult, guys. This business, most people get it so twisted. They want to get into the algorithms of social media and they want to get into the systems, and I'm going to have these really sophisticated systems and funnels that are going to do everything. No. No. No, that doesn't guarantee anything. If you want guarantees in this business, it comes down to a few things, a few principles. Number 1, someone's got to use the product and services. Okay, that's what makes this a legal business entity and business model. Someone has got to use the product and services. So that's what I was saying. That's that standard of maybe 300 being commissionable. Someone's using products, you have customers, there's a standard. So now there's a flow of products. It's a pipeline, right? Just think your big box stores, your Home Depots, your Targets, your Walmarts, right? That's just a flow of products. They've created this channel of people going to these stores and buying the product, right? It's a flow of products. So that's what we do. We create this pipeline of products that people are using. Okay, that's number 1. If we don't create the pipeline, there is no money to be made. And then all we do is we get those same people to raise their activity level. And how do we do that? By going to events. It's building belief. These are the two things, guys. Like let's take out the mystery of this business. Five frontline people, five people you've personally sponsored, having that minimum threshold, whatever your company's minimum threshold is for commissions, 200, 300 points, whatever it is, at all times. So if one drops off, what's that mean? You got to go back out and find another business partner. And is that going to happen? Yes, it's going to happen. In order to keep five active at all times, you're probably going to have to go out and enroll 30 to 50 people. And then as they drop off, you got to keep enrolling new people, right? And that shouldn't be looked upon as a bad thing or a hard thing, guys, because if you love your company, if you love your products and services, that should not be a chore. It should be something you want to do. Inviting people, bringing people in as partners in your business should be something you want to do, because if it's good for you, it should be good for them. If it's not good for you, then you may not be in the right company. Find something that's right for you. Find something you align with, that you're happy to talk about, you're excited to talk about. And then get those five people excited enough that they want to do what you've done. And how do you do that? It's through education. It's through raising their belief. There's nothing better than live events. Get those five to live events. And so it's that simple. If you guys don't have five active people right now that are commissionable, you know what to do. You know what to do. Go get those five. And then once you have those five, don't wait till you have the five. Once you have one, get that one to the next big event. And the next big event, guess what? It's not going to be probably in the town that you can drive to. It's not going to be free. It's going to have to pay for it. It's probably going to be on a weekend where you wanted to do other things. It's probably a million reasons why you shouldn't go. If you don't go, then you're not going to come home and you're not going to spend more time. You'll probably spend less time. You'll be more distracted and your business isn't going to thrive. And if your business isn't where you want it, a simple answer, guys, is getting more people to events. Getting more people to events. I mean, I'm going to say this again. Five people frontline to you, and then getting those five to events. And then it's simple. When someone comes to you in your team and you're like, this isn't working, I'm struggling, just ask them, how many people do you have frontline to you that are commissionable? And how many of them were at the last event? And when they say less than five, they say, okay, simple, we got it. We got it. We got the answer. We just got to get the five to the next event. Or we got to get those five commissionable. That will take care of it. Because if you do that, it is impossible for this not to work. It is impossible for this to not work. It works over and over and over. We get sidetracked. We get distracted by all this other stuff that's going on. We go into management mode because management mode it's fun. Working with teams, working with people, that's fun. That's enjoyable. Some people rather do that than recruit, because the recruiting part of this thing, you get told no a lot, and that's not fun. So you feel like you graduated away from that, but if you don't stay in the trenches, it's going to come back on you. Eventually, you're having to make a decision. Either you got to go back in the trenches, or you're just going to have to watch your paycheck go down and down and down and down and down and down. Okay. So it's pretty simple for you guys today. This is coming from someone that's been around it for almost 16 years and has experienced exactly what I'm talking about. I've experienced what happens personally when I didn't have those standards in place. Put them in place. Your team needs to know it, just like they know their name, and they just need to know this is the standards, guys. We always, if we want to build it, if we want to have something out of this that's going to be leveraged income, we all need five frontline, and all five are at events. Okay. And if you do that before long, you're going to have hundreds, if not thousands of people think about that. Think about the next live event your company does, and over 1,000 people in the audience are your people because they have the same standard as you. It would be powerful for you. So, anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for being here for this episode. And we've got some interviews lined up that are going to be coming your way soon. It's been a while since I've been doing some interviews, but we're going to get those lined up for you. So be looking out for that. All right, guys, have a good day. Talk to you next week. Bye.